Chaitanya Tamhane's second feature film, The Disciple, generates contrasting opinions. Some regard it as a profound piece of work, a portrait of a classical musician's attempt at excellence and success, while others just find it tedious, a film as dry as its protagonist and as dull as its camera work. The reason for this disparity is because the film does not spoon-feed. It does not reveal the inner workings of Sharad's mind, what exactly is going through his head at a particular time. Our protagonist is lonely. He does not have anyone to share his thoughts or feelings with. And therefore, we don't see him interact prominently with anyone but his guru. We are left to ourselves to peel layers and interpret. If given time and thought, there's so much to unpack. The film explores the concepts of success and failure, belief and disillusionment, tradition and modernity. The progression of the story, the pacing, is slow. Now, the camera might come across to be uninterested in its protagonist, and overall uninteresting. The film is composed mostly of wide shots, and it can be frustrating to be so far away from the protagonist that we are supposed to invest in. The camera's inert fly-on-the-wall approach ought to repel audiences from the character and the story. It is something that has been part of Tamhane's visual style. He composed the majority of his debut feature Court with long wide shots as well. During the second watch, however, I sort of realized the point of this decision for this particular film. It is starkly in contrast to the visual style of the 2020 web series Parthhesh Bandits, which also tells the story of a classical musician, but utilizes constantly moving, stylized camera work with quick, fast-paced cuts. The Disciple's sedate editing and meditative camera work with static wide shots convey the reality of a classical musician's life. It does not have glitz and glamour. It is mundane. It is sapping and perfectly ordinary. How do you judge Sharad then? Is he a failure since he could not make it big? The amount of effort, discipline and dedication Sharad puts in is extraordinary. He has the option of taking the reality show route, the option of becoming an overnight star. But he chooses to take the road less traveled, to grind it out, to work on himself and his craft. He knows what he's undertaking. It is a lifelong quest. But the question that pops up is it worth it? Success and fame has eluded him. Either he's out of luck, or to blatantly put it, just mediocre. He started out sincere and hopeful, but is now crushed and exhausted. Sharad is captivated by overnight success stories of musicians on reality shows, although he sees those as gimmicks. Watching his fellow friends prosper leads to more self-doubt and despair. Sharad tries extremely hard to market himself, getting a cool website with elegant pictures of himself. But as his spiritual mentor Mai declares,
तांत्रिक गुंतागुंतीत अडकून राहू नका. तुम्ही वर्षानुवर्ष 15 तास 20 तास रियाज करून तांत्रिक प्रभुत्व जरी मिळवलं तरी तुम्हाला त्यानं सत्याचा शोध लागणार नाही. तंत्र हे भाव व्यक्त करण्याचं फक्त साधन आहे. तंत्र शिकवलं जाऊ शकतं, भाव शिकवला जाऊ शकत नाही.
It's probably that truth which Sharad could never attain, irrespective of success or failure. The truth that the unconcerned beggar on the train is infused with, driven by pure innocence. Unlike the boy, Sharad lacks bhav, emotion and expression in his singing, mechanical at times and too focused on the technique. There's no shortage of dedication and discipline. What probably lacks is honesty and pure bliss in the process. At the end of the day, Sharad is not able to break out of his identity of a disciple. He's not able to transcend his guru. After his death, Sharad is left to publish his revered guru's memoirs. Sharad's biggest triumph, his biggest contribution, is that he devotes his whole life to classical music. He does his bit in keeping alive the diminishing culture and tradition of Indian classical music.